this is SSL Family Dad with Simple Suburban Living, and I just wanted to do a real quick clip today on the process I'm kind of using to take these pallets apart. I've taken apart probably close to maybe 20 of these things in the last week or two, building some more of the raised bed gardens that I have a video that I did last year. And I've got some other pallet projects coming up as well. And so I just wanted to show kind of the easiest way that I found to take these pallets apart and get some good usable wood out of them. Basically what I've been focusing on is just the center section of each one of these pallets. So a good about 36-inch piece that you can get out of each of these. Some of them obviously are going to be, throwaways. I'll use any scraps to burn in our pool heater this summer, so nothing goes to waste here. But what I found is the easiest thing to do is just take a circular saw and just run right down the edge in between all these nails, right on the side of these nails, and free up this side of it, and then do the same thing over here on this side. Just run that circular saw right down the edge there, and then all you're left with is the nails in the center. And then there's two different options to take those nails out in the center, and I'll show you both of those. Okay, so this is pretty much what we're left with here. We've got the side pieces. Now, if you're going to need to use this for your pallet project, you're going to have to just take these little chunks of wood off and pull these nails out. It makes it very easy to do. If you just hit these little pieces of wood with a hammer, this wood breaks apart, and then you can just pop these nails out really easily. In fact, you can almost break it apart with your hands. And these nails just pull right out. So that's a real easy way to take these nails out. You're going to have to take the nails out one way or another. If you use like a pallet puller and you pull the pallet boards off, you're going to have the nails still in the pallet in most cases, and you're going to have to go back and take all those nails out anyway. This way, if you don't want to use this piece, then you don't even have to pull out those nails. You can just discard those, use it for firewood or whatever you want, and then you've got your slats that are left here. So all that we're left with in most cases here is just the center nails. Now there's a couple different ways to do that. The way that I do requires that you have a sawzall or a reciprocating saw of some sort, and if you do not have one of these, this is one of those tools that if you're gonna, if you're a homeowner or starting to, build up your tool collection or whatever you want to call it, one of the first things that you should look for next to a cordless screw gun is going to be a sawzall. This is, cut wood, cut metal, cut everything. So, hence the name, right? I have a short metal blade on here. Honestly, it would be better if we had a longer metal blade. I'm using an old metal blade here, so I don't care if it gets screwed up. And all you're going to do basically is just, I like to loosen these up a little bit, so you've got a little bit of a gap under there. Just slide it in between and cut your nails. Now, if you cut them flush enough, you won't even have anything sticking out. This one I didn't do a very good job on, so I'll pop that one out later, but I'll just set those aside and just keep moving down the road here. Okay, so I just thought I'd show that the process that I'm using to take these pallets apart. Again, there are lots of different ways to do this out there. There's a lot of other YouTube videos and articles and things with pallet pullers and all kinds of different stuff you can use. And again, this is not the only way. Generally though, all I'm looking for is basically this piece right here. I'm looking for, as many of these decent size little slats that I can get out of each pallet. These are going to be about 36 inches long once you cut the nail end off of each one. And you can do a lot with these. You can build a lot with these. You can clean these up and make these look real nice, stain them, paint them, and turn them into whatever you want. So in my case, I'm just building some more raised bed gardens, and I'll put a link to that here in the video. The raised beds I built last year, I'm just building more of them. So you end up with lots of these. You'll end up with this centerpiece as well that's ready to use if you want to use this for whatever. This is basically like a 2x4. It's got these notches taken out in most cases where the pallet, the forklift forks come through. But you can use this for, construction or whatever. It's just basically like a 2x4. And then you'll be left with two of these on each end that has all the parts you cut off. And again, if you really want to use this, make use of every little bit of the pallet, you're going to have to do some nail pulling. And that's just the way it is. You're working with pallets. So you can just take a hammer and pull these nails out and be done with it. So most of the time, sometimes I'll go through and take these out if I need this piece. Most of the time I don't. And I'll just cut it in half or throw it in my wood burning pile. So as you can see, there's lots of scrap and waste when you're working with pallets, but that all gets burned in our pool heater this spring and summer, and heats up our pool. So that's what I use every little bit for here. So, again, this process is just what I've been using, and it's been very, very easy. Now, it does require that you have some type of a sawzall. If you don't have a sawzall, you can always just use a pry bar and pop the center sections out, and then just use a hammer to take those nails out. It takes a little extra time to do that, but if you don't have a sawzall, that's totally fine. You can do it that way as well. So, but if you guys have any other suggestions or different ways that you guys do pallets, I'd love to hear about those in the comments. Please hit thumbs up if you found this informational or useful at all. And hopefully this will help you out if you're looking to do some semi-free or free projects using pallets. So, as always, thanks for watching. Have a good one.